Come on now, Miss Ferrari. Yes, indeed. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. Sheree did this, man. She pulled this season off this year. I got to go ahead and give it to Sheree. I don't care what people are going out there saying, because haters going to go ahead and hate. But she really did this, because today everybody is talking about Sheree and Martell Holtz, which we already know it was a PR stunt, but oh well, it worked, okay? And the thing about it is that all of them on that cast was talking about Sheree and her new boo. But one thing about Sheree, they got the right one, because Sheree is not going to sit there and let these people talk about her and who she brings on that show without Sheree telling them what's on her mind. Because Sheree is not this type of person where you could go ahead and you're going to go ahead and push over, okay? You come for Sheree, trust me, she's going to check you, and that's real talk. Who gonna check me, boo? And the thing about it is, what had gotten me, how all of them was just sitting there talking about Sheree like they didn't have no business of their own. Like I said, these people don't have no storyline. These people, what they was doing is they was feeding off of what Sheree was bringing to the table. And the thing about it is that Candy, she got all this stuff that is going for her, and she also got her own YouTube channel, speak on it. But yeah, she always talking about what somebody else did on her channel. Now, I don't know if she wanted this part to be shown when her child had called her and was saying that, he wanted his mom home crying, and she was saying, what about the nanny or whoever that was babysitting him? And look, Ace sat there and said, I don't want her to help me. I want you to help me. Candy is going to regret all that, because once he get to a certain age, and like I say, I know when you wants to be more involved in that child life, they ain't gonna have time for you. They're gonna treat you just like you treated them when they was young, when they needed you the most. But what Candy does, she likes to go and she likes to chase all that money, thinking that that's going to bring happiness. No, and it's not going to work like that, because what Candy is doing, just like everybody else doing that's chasing them bags, thinking that all that right there is going to make your child love you more. And I understand, yeah, it's going to open up a lot of doors, but money does not bring you happiness. Sometimes we just have to be content and just be happy with what we have, because what's the purpose, and I talk about it all the time, of gaining the entire world and losing your soul, because you can never build a solid foundation off of material possession. That's like building a house on sinking sand, okay? Cherish the moment of your children right now before it's too late. But let me go ahead and see if I can go ahead and reel it back in. But like I said, I really enjoyed this season right here. They open it up, like I say, hitting it out of the park. And the thing about it is that all eyes was on Sheree. Like I say, they didn't have no business of their own, which they don't. They don't have no storyline. All this stuff that Kenya Moore and Candy is bringing, nobody don't want to see that. Nobody want to hear that. And the thing about it is that Kenya Moore, she have so much to say about somebody else, man, but the man that she have don't even want to be seen with her. And we know that Martell is the type of man that she like. Look how she had this other little young dude. I can't think of what his name, how she went and brought him on the show just to help her to build that bond that she got. And once she got through using him, she went ahead and she tossed him to the side. Had this poor man look like he was just losing his mind, okay? And when it comes to Mardell don't even want to be seen with her. And when he was with her, he was more, there for the child than her. Right there, you saw that was nothing but a sperm donor. I don't even think these people are married. And if they are married, it was just for the sake of, for her continue staying on that show, and that's real talk, okay? So let's go ahead and move on from that, and let's talk about how when they had went to Candy house and for who they was talking about. They was talking about Martell Holt. Kenya Moore had said to Candy and them that Martell had slid in her DM, lightly or whatever she want to go ahead and call it, but yet she couldn't show no receipts that he did do it, which I don't even think it, I don't even think that this man didn't even know her. And if someone say to me that they don't know me, don't remember me, then I would be moving on. So All they trying to do is use Sheree's storyline as their storyline as they do for everything else, because you know good and well they're not going to bring it. Okay, like I said, that right there, it wasn't even nothing to go ahead and run with, because all of them was trying to find out what the heck that Kenya Moore was talking about. Okay, which she got to say about everything. She need to just go ahead and shut up, because I do not think that Martell is her type, okay? Because we already know the type of women that Martell like, and I don't even think that Kenya Moore is Martell's type. And Kenya Moore was talking about Sheree, saying that Martell is a baby maker, but she don't have to worry about that, because pretty sure she ain't got no eggs floating in her or something to the fact. And she don't have none as well, because Sheree and Kenya Moore are almost the same age. Both of them sitting there in their 50s or close to it, okay? Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and move on from that, because like I say, this was a lot, okay? But all eyes was on Sheree and Martell. And I enjoyed every bit of it, okay? This season right here, I got to give it to Sheree's bringing this back home, because I thought it was no hope. And maybe because we all was a part of it since season one, and after they started doing all these turnovers, these changes, it's like it just fell down hills. But if Sheree can be the one to go ahead and pick it up and put it back on the right track, then go ahead for it, because we already know she should know about now. How many times did they get rid of Sheree? I mean, they done got rid of Sheree about 3 or 4 times, or maybe more. So now, I guess Sheree probably said, when they let me back on that show, I'm going to bust the doors wide open. That's exactly what she did. And maybe she might go ahead and do it. This might be her season, because sometimes, you have to move someone out the way in order to see somebody else shine. And now we see that Sheree, this season, she is bringing it. I enjoyed every bit of it, where I might, go ahead and start doing my reviews on it. But it started off real good, just like I like it. It was very elegant. It was very professional. It was none of this old gutters, nasty, ranchy stuff. It started off with everyone going to this 40 theme that Sanja had put on for her husband, sort of like Hall and Night in Atlanta. And all the ladies, they was looking beautiful. I really enjoyed every minute of it. But that's how they went ahead and they opened it up. They didn't wait till the end to go ahead and put this on. They opened up with it, because like I say, the first impression is always the last impression. And this right here, I got to give it to you. This was a home run. I was checking for the ratings. It didn't come out yet, because sometimes, they'll wait till the next day and then they'll go ahead and drop the ratings. But if they drop the ratings, I'm going to make sure that I go ahead and report on it. But like I said, I liked every bit of it. I don't give a care how they talk about Sheree, because Kenya Moore talked about a drag the same, that Dumber and Dumber. But you can say anything that you want to go ahead and say about Sheree. But one thing you cannot call Sheree is dumb. But she knows how to get the man that have them bags, because not Martell, because we know that Martell, trust me, he got too many little small mouths to go ahead and feed. But still, of all, Martell is one of the hot topics. So that's a plus right there. So Sheree was saying, yes, you can go ahead and tell me all of these women that Martell was out there in Atlanta was messing with, but she considered herself as the Ferrari and the rest of them as Toyotas. Now, I get what she's saying, because Sheree, she's going to make sure whatever man that she's with, she's going to make sure, honey, that she's going to get them back. Just look at Chateau Sheree. I mean, it's laid up from the front to the back. I mean, even her basement is laid out. So, like I said, they can say whatever they want to say about Sheree, but one thing about Sheree, Sheree knows where those money wells at, okay? And she's going to be right there. And that's real talk. But I enjoyed every bit of it. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get all into it. So this right here is season 15, Ep.1, and this right here gave everybody everything that they wanted because they came out hitting it out of the park. Okay, right here, I think that this is Sheree's season to go ahead and put Real Housewives of Atlanta back on track, whether we like it or not. She's doing it. I believe that she's going to bring some great things to the show, everything that we wanted to see the OGs back, at least get together. So she's making it happen. So like I said, it is what it is. All we have to do is just sit back and watch. And all eyes is on her. Okay, it opened up where she's in a beautiful, beautiful chateau charade. Martell came in, he rung the doorbell. She opened the door, let them in, and before you know it, she told him to go and change. And they showed the scene, that he just giving us all body and everything. Yes, indeed. I say ain't nobody can't be mad because this is a single man. Let him go ahead and sow his oat, because when he do get tied down, which I do think he's tied down already, because like I said, and I hate to keep saying it, when I say something, trust me, you can go ahead and take it to the bank. I do think that Martell and Ariana Curry, they went ahead and they tied the knot. And if they didn't, trust me, if she's laying in this man's bed and not let this man make any kind of commitment to her, like I say, fool me once, but you're not going to go ahead and fool me twice. No way in the world I would shortchange myself like that. And I really think that the two of them are married, but we're going to go ahead and talk about that later. Let's go ahead and get back to the scene. I enjoyed every bit of it. Sheree had someone to come in to go ahead and cook for him. He was wondering, who was the other woman, thought that they was going to go ahead and do a threesome. And, that's just a joke. And Sheree brought in, that she has supposed to go ahead and do one with Bow, which we know that's, come on, really. Sheree wasn't worried about doing no threesome with no Bob. All she was worried about going ahead and collect those bags and them child support money, okay? But she came in and she fixed a Cajun Creole dinner. And Martell came back in, looking good. It's all outdoors. And Sheree, what I like the part when Sheree went ahead and rubbed that bald head and all this other stuff. Like I said, even if it's a PR, it's working, okay? Let them enjoy themselves. Let them have fun. Sheree, she's single. Martell is single. So whatever they want to go ahead and do, whatever, and make that money, let them go ahead and do it. I enjoyed every bit of it. And I think it's time for a new change anyway, because I got sick of it, especially when it on Love and Marriage in Huntsville, how these people are so invested and so involved in these people's lives. And now that he's shifting to Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is more of a bigger platform, and people not all involved in these people's personal business, but they looking at it as a reality show. And maybe Martell might need a fresh start. So like I said, I enjoyed every bit of it. So let's go ahead and move on from that, which is not too many people that I am familiar with that show, because I really haven't been watching it since season 13. So I know Drew a little bit. I watched in and out. She didn't show up. Now, they were saying that Drew and Sonya, Richard, they are not getting along too good, which I think that Drew was the one that brought her to the show. But Sonya, she was more, favoring Candy Boris, which, why, as they were saying that, she was clout chasing. And Drew, she make up stories, it's just not her reality. But her husband did show up, which I don't understand why. If I'm not going to show up, my husband is not going to show up as well. Just like with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, when Prince went to his father's coronation, knowing all the stuff that had happened, and my wife stayed home, no way in the world, you ain't going without me. If I don't go, you ain't going either, knowing that these people didn't like me. So maybe that's why Drew went ahead and stayed home, because, they say that Drew, she wasn't transparent. She was not telling her true story. But let's go ahead and move on to my girl Marlo. Now, you guys know that I love me some Marlo Hampton, okay? And if I did peep in on that show, is because I wanted to see what they was doing, my girl Marlo Hampton, which she can handle them, but which I like to see the scene with her and her nephew. She still got them in the house, which she did kick them out for a little while because she needed a break, which I understand, for Marlo to take in teenage boys and she don't have no children. That's hard hard, especially when you're so used to having all your space for yourself. So nobody can get mad. If anything, they should be uplifting her and encouraging her, because, that is not easy for anyone. So I'm glad that Molo, she did get a life coach so that they can help her, with this journey, because like I said, it's not easy, especially dealing with teenage boys, which to me, boys are better raising than girls, okay? And that's real talk. I hope that they go to college so they can help give back to Molo and anybody else, to help pull up, because where they came from. So that's, what it's all about, helping hands, someone help me so I can be able to help somebody else, and that's real talk. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close it down for now. And if I come up with some more stuff, maybe tomorrow I might go ahead and drop another video. So with all that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And I'll talk to you guys later. See y'all. Be blessed.